Good morning everyone, welcome to an episode of the Mizuho Week Ahead. I am Boon Heng, market economist at Mizuho Bank. This week's theme is Stockholm. Last week, the focus has been on the trade deals with the US. Both the deals and the lack of it will be critical to market reactions. The US-Japan trade deal is undoubtedly the key focus last week, with tariff rates set at 15%, which also includes tariffs, as Japan allows the import of US-made cars and pledged US $550 billion to invest into the US. Over the weekend, the key headline is certainly on the EU-US trade deal, which was announced at Trump's golf club in Scotland. The EU's exports to the US will face 15% tariffs for almost all goods. That said, differences in interpretation for pharmaceutical, steel, and aluminium sectors persist. We also kick off this week watching the Stockholm talks, starting today with Besant and Luning set to meet with the Chinese authorities to strike a deal, which may involve purchasing agreements, but at the very least, perhaps extend the pause on tariffs. Meanwhile, the ECB last week kept rates unchanged as Lagarde repeated that policy is in a good place, and that the decision was unanimous with emphasis on uncertainty. Accordingly, markets pared back odds for a September rate cut. In Asia last week, Korea Q2 GDP outperformed and aided Korean won outperformance. That said, further Korean won rallies may struggle in the absence of a deal with the US, which contrasts with Japan's 15% tariff deal. Meanwhile, in the Philippines struck a marginal deal of 19% tariff rate from a 20% in the tariff letter after the Trump-Marcos meeting, but their ambassador to the US said that they are still attempting to bring down the rate to 15%. Aside from tariffs, an escalation of conflict between Thailand and Cambodia was a worrying sight, involving civilian deaths, artillery, and fighter jets. That said, both sides are set to enter peace talks held in Kuala Lumpur today, as Trump warned that the US will not do any deal with either side if conflict persists. For the upcoming week, the FOMC will be the main event, even though a hold is already widely expected. Fed Chair Powell will likely remain in the majority camp, as they are hamstrung by fears of inflation expectations. The BOJ, though, will likely go with a considered pause, as a rate hike at this juncture is too hasty and will be a deal breaker for market stability. In the region, we expect the MAS to stand pat in Singapore, as there is slightly sufficient easing in place. The argument for an imminent easing by suspending the Sing dollar and ER appreciation bias is neither compelling nor convenient for policy coherence. Meanwhile, Q2 GDP is likely to remain buoyant as semiconductor production in Taiwan continue to surge to offset weakness in retail trade and some softness in food and beverage. All in, markets continue to pine for more countries to strike deals by offering investments and lower tariffs under the threat of Trump's tariffs. A higher baseline of 50% tariff is now purposely viewed as relief. For more information, please refer to our Week Ahead publication or contact your respective sales desk and RMs. And for regular notification on our market views, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification button. Thank you.